Hi guys! Today I wanna talk a bit about the M7 Priest, Tier 3 American SPG. As usual, I will quickly go and match this machine against its counterparts in its tier before jumping into some games. So if you wanna go straight to the gameplay, I have some timestamps in the description below. So what's up with the M7 Priest? Well, for starters, it's definitely in the same basket as the other high alpha damage SPGs in its tier. Most of the stats for this machine are plain average, with a few exceptions of course. Now, this doesn't mean that it would be boring to play. If you are going down the American artillery line, after the T-57, this baby really lets you breathe, as you have a much higher firing range. It is also above its tier by two factors. First of all, it has great survivability compared to the other 3.3 SPGs. Its frontal armor is the best by a long shot, with 101mm of armor in the front, and that can really help you out when you are run down by light tanks and you just haven't quite reloaded yet. Side and rear armor are of course garbage here too, but that's pretty much to be expected. It has also one of the best health pools in its tier, but at only 140 HP, that alone will not save you often. The other nice advantage we have here is an excellent signal range of 745 meters that keeps us nicely updated on the potential target's location. Speaking about survivability, I'm also adding a quick tank inspector overview to my reviews to look at optimal angling and weak spots. Now this is perhaps less relevant for SPGs, but this baby actually has some armor it can use, so why not do it optimally? So what are the weak spots for the M7 Priest? Well, luckily it only has one. The whole upper body. Well okay, this is a tier 3 SPG. We should not expect anything else really. The lower parts, however, are surprisingly capable to bounce a lot of shots, so angling is definitely worth it when fending off those pesky light tanks. Regarding the optimal angling for this vehicle, angle it like a bitch. No need to be shy. About 60-70 degrees works best, as it gives you up to 239mm of effective armor thickness on the front and up to 126mm of effective armor thickness on your now very exposed sides. Just don't expect it to help you out forever. Anyone shooting your upper body will ruin your day in no time, no matter how much angle that thing. I did also prepare a little spreadsheet to make the stats easier to compare while we talk about them. When I have it for all tiers, I will upload it so you guys can grab it if you find it useful. So, as we can see, the remaining stats are not that exciting. Mobility is quite average with 38 km/h speed, 20 degrees per second hull traverse, and 16 degrees per second gun traverse. View range is almost the same for the entire tier as well, at 330 meters. The stats of the Top Gun are alright, but average again. The details are mostly identical with the French Lorraine 39L AM or the German Wespe. 53mm of penetration with a nice 410 damage is nice, and it is really satisfying to blow up enemy tanks in one hit. The high damage comes at a price of course, as we have a rate of fire of only 3 rounds per minute, giving us a base reload time of 20 seconds and an aiming time of 5.5 seconds. Accuracy is not the shiniest either, at 0.82 meters at a 100 meter distance. As usual, it's worth waiting for a good shot instead of rushing it most of the time, as otherwise you will have to wait 20 seconds while only being able to watch all the nice possibilities to roll by. Despite the lack of really exciting figures, I really had a great time in the M7 Priest and enjoyed most of the games. It's very satisfying to use your great firing range and counter arty in the lower tiers, where SPGs almost never move once they deployed. Regarding the equipment, I did use gun rammer, gun laying drive, and as vents are not available on this machine, a camo net. Regarding crew skills, I'm going on all of the stuff for brothers and arms in my SPGs to really push the limits on reloading and aiming times. So with the statistics out of the way, it's time to roll out and rain death on the enemy from above. Alright, and here we are in a tier 5 encounter match on Halluf. So in the beginning I decided to go up behind those little bushes in front of me, because that's what gives me quite a nice view and quite a nice shots on the usual engagement area of A12 to B12, around that big rock in the corner of the map. As I'm taking my position, just looking at the XVM stats of both teams make me think, oh my god, this is going to be an interesting game for sure. Yeah, as we see the deployment of the team, there is actually no one going in the usual engagement area. So I don't have too high hopes for this match. In the meantime, M7 just shooting out on the eastern side of the map, which is a bit suicidal, but if he can light up some of the usual camping positions like this one, that can give us some early kills. And that SU 76 has been nailed in a matter of seconds. We keep us pre-aimed in those two usual TD camping spots and hope for the M7 to light them up. And if you have a look at the map, that Hetzer just got bored of this match really early, deciding that it would be a really genius idea to go alone straight through the depression with the whole enemy team lined up on the other side. Yep, that was a quick one. But luckily, one of the enemy team, a T1, has the same brilliant idea. And, as usual, we give him the answer to his question real fast. In the meantime, as you can see on the map, it turns out maybe we didn't go to the main engagement area, but neither did the enemy. Which is like 1 in 100 games. And it turns out they find it the best tactic to engage us one by one, spread out through the map. So that gives us a fighting chance after this first hiccup in the deployment. T40 there, battling it out with one of our T-34s. Don't worry, little T-34, RT is here to help. Boom! Instant karma. I'm spending the next minutes trying to get shots of that Su-85 on the over the rocks and the KV-1S, which did go to the camp circle, which is not one of his best ideas for sure. I mean, he can keep himself alive there for quite a while behind that little elevated area, but sooner or later he will just get shot up. Even RT can hit him behind the hill, and we will see. I have some problems getting shots in, but I do manage them eventually, and so do the others. So it's definitely not advised in an encounter match to go and rush the camp with all the team is in sniping positions above you. So you see, it's not an easy shot. It's not impossible though. So I decide to leave the KV for the moment, go for this Su-85. And we aim, and we aim, and we aim. And that's really unlucky, 49 damage. We missed him by a thread. And yeah, behind those rocks, I don't really have a chance to hit him. So back to the KV-1S. As he disappears. And you see, there is a KV-1 actually trying to sneak up on the east and get into base behind us. So we definitely have to keep an eye on him. Luckily, KV-1 is not really one of the fastest machines on the map. So we have time to get rid of these guys. Churchill 1 going up, trying to get shots into the KV-1S, lighting him up for us. Boom! There you go. So that's what this little hill does. It protects you from most of the fire, but not all of it. There are definitely shots you can get while sticking to the side of the hill. And I try to get in another shot, but this time, yeah, hill stops me, so that's that. Fortunately, it will take a little more. Whoa, that's a crowded area. In this little sniping nest on the ridge. So definitely keeping an eye on it all the time. So I can take some shots as soon as they are lit up. But first, now it is time to get rid of that pesky KV-1S. Come on. And bang. He's now gone. So now it is really time to push into base. It's 8-7, quite even, but 3 of it is arty, so most of the opposition is gone, and the arty will be easy prey once we enter the base. So there is that KV-1 again. He did manage to move at least 50 meters in the past minute. And yeah, I won't have a shot there, so again, wait another minute till he gets into a better position for me. And we aim, and we aim, and we aim. Perfect. And boom. Unlucky. That's what you get for trying to get sneaky shots in. And there is the other one. It's okay. We still have other tanks to shoot at, so we will try our luck with this one. And we hit the rock again. So yeah, you can't really do anything with it. RT is not a specially accurate instrument of death by any means. I mean, the accuracy in this guy is, if I'm not mistaken, 0.86, 82. So that's what you get for taking really tricky shots. And the KV-1 was kind enough to position himself so the entire defending team can take shots at him, including us. And now, yeah, he just can't get back. Probably his tracks are blown off. And slowly but surely, he's evaporating. Aiming a bit behind him, and bang. There we go. So that leaves the enemy team with 2 T-34s and 3 artillery. And both of the T-34s have been spotted in the usual camping positions, one on the ridge and one behind that little rock next to the ridge. So now it's time to pre-aim on these spots, as the KV-1 and the T-1 Heavy are coming down, as in a matter of seconds they will surely light up these guys. I have all hopes that they will still be hiding in behind the rocks. Enemy M37 spotted, but I am not going to even go ahead and aim at him. As you can see on the minimap, he was just a bit too far away from me, out of my range, and if I reposition myself and then aim, it will be too slow. He will die before. So there is one of the T-34s, and there is the other one. So I have a much better shot at him. So quickly change. He can't really get away, and boom! That's what we like to see as an RT player. 400 damage, one shot, headshot. And yeah, that T1 Heavy is not really showing us the best positioning of all times, giving his really weak sides to the T-34. And T-34 realizes, okay, it's killing time. And just goes in, and yeah, T1 Heavy has no chance at this stage. So aimed, almost reloaded. We have a very good shot, but we don't get to shoot. That's okay. We still have 2 enemies left, an Su-26 and an M41 HMC. So now is the time to reposition ourselves, because both of the and we see KV-1 and Su-26 just take each other out in one shot. That's a nice Mexican standoff there. So we have to reposition, because it's expected that both of the remaining artillery players will pull back right to the corner of the map, right to the red line, and try to hide behind the rocks to get some shots in the attacking enemy. So that's where we pre-aim. Now is of course only the M41 left. I expect him to be in that exact position. Watch that racer. He's just about to fire. And yeah, I could have fired right now. He revealed his position. It's a tier 5 game. I don't expect him to move after his shot. And there he is. And one hit. Boom. And that is our 5th kill. Nice little game. And there we have it. Ace tanker, high caliber, 1500 XP earned as the first win of the day, and 14,000 credits. We did manage to do just over 1200 damage, which is not bad for a tier 3 machine. As you can see, Artie did save the day this time. That bishop had a good game as well. We fired in total 15 shots, from which 7 hit the target and 4 caused splash damage. Not a bad little game. Alright, so here we are in Live Oaks in a tier 4 standard battle. Right as the game starts, I decide to go over to this little depression, which should give me enough concealment, and I have undisturbed shots on most of the map. So, while we are pre-aiming on the edge of the city, where we expect our first victims to arrive, let's have a quick look on how the team deploys, and yeah, well, just as last time, it seems that the usual deployment will take place, which means most of the tanks go up to fight it out in the city, and there is very few tanks going to guard the actual railway pass to the east. Looks like we have a sniping B1. Oh no, he decided to move up. Very kind of him. Okay, so here is the first contestant. And that's a very good shot. Good start to the game. Yeah, I don't expect to get any shots into this little Stuart. He is well shot at. He doesn't have any armor, and yeah, he's popped before I even can reload. Alright, so 2 new contestants up there. Right at the edge of the map is a Matilda, and here is a DW2, which gets a little care package from us. Another good shot in the side. And now it's time to show our love to this Matilda as well, fighting it out around the water tower. Oh yes, thank you for stopping. Boom! Headshot! 370 damage, very nice indeed. Alright. Reloading, reloading, reloading. And I try not to rush this. Let's wait until he stops. Thank you. But we are unlucky. He moves on and we just miss him. And if we didn't fire, we would have had this DW2. But that's life in an RT. So we missed that one. And if I'm right, we will get unlucky with this shot as well. Yeah, fully aimed. We shoot straight over the target, and our shell explodes behind him, doing no damage whatsoever. And this Matilda is now on very low health, so yeah, we don't get another shot. That's fine, there is still plenty to do. And unbelievably, the right flank is still intact, which means enemy did take it just as seriously as us. And that M3 is about to feel our love. Good shot. Could have been better, but hey. The match is not over yet. So, it seems this game is pretty much in the bag. We are 11-7. I mean, it would not be unheard of to pull it back from here, but it doesn't look like the enemy gives us much opposition. So just getting pre-aimed at these spots, expecting the M7 Priest or the M37 to be here. So we are right now watching for Tracer. And our team slowly but surely moves up to the enemy camp circle. Come on. Where the hell are you? No tracer, and of course nobody there in sight to light targets up for us, so probably it would be a wise decision to, yeah, reposition our aim, but it's too late now. M7 Priest, easy kill for the Matilda. He's popped. Move over to the M3 Lee, sorry. But we don't get a shot at him either. So that leaves us with the M37, who hasn't been spotted the entire game, so I'm pretty sure he will be somewhere in this area. And he will be revealed to us in a second, so let's keep us aimed. And there he is. Quick aim, don't rush it, and boom! There we go. That's our third kill. And another nice game. So here we are. Once again, not a bad game at all. We did get over 500 XP undoubled and almost 12,000 credits. We did dish out just over 900 damage, the highest in the game. We also fired 7 shots, 5 of which hit the target and 1 caused some splash damage. Once you get the aiming right, you will have a lot of similar games in this machine. So that's it for this little arty overview. I hope you did enjoy it. Have some great games playing the M7 Priest, and I hope to see you soon in one of the next videos.